Let your heart speak. Let your heart listen. Shoulder to shoulder, you won't be alone.
Love is around the deepest ocean. Together we're drawn in. I won't let go. It feels so good to be.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. My name is Linda, and I'm in upstate New York. Our other host is Shelley. Say hi, Shelley. And she, I believe, is in California. Yeah. Our topic today is inner strength. What makes us strong? Inner strength is the quiet power within us that helps us face challenges, overcome doubts, stay true to ourselves. It's not about being tough on the outside, but about resilience, courage, and the ability to find balance, even in difficult times. Let's explore how we can connect to this strength and let it guide us through life. A few reminders. Here in Open Diner, we're trying to create a supportive environment where we connect above any differences. Stay on topic, no criticism, avoid politics, and remember to mute your microphone when not speaking to minimize background noise. And if you can keep your cameras turned on, that would be great. And please remember to keep your answers brief so everyone gets a chance to speak. Shelley?
Thanks. Real quick icebreaker. And the question, what we'd like you to do is, I'll say the question, and then if you would just introduce yourself, say where you're from, and answer the question as you see it. And the question is, if you could have one superpower, regardless of what that is, what would it be? What would be just an amazing superpower that you'd all love to have? And maybe Nancy would like to start us off. What do you think, Nancy?
Unmute, Nancy.
I unmuted. My just froze up.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Oh, back.
Oh, that internet. Roberta, how about you? Why don't you get us started? Nancy will
I
get
wish
us.
I had superpowers that I could fix Nancy's phone every week. Nancy, I wish I could help you. But it's on the same line. I'm Roberta from Long Island, New York, and if I had a superpower, I would love to be able to heal people. That's something I would love.
I'm Susie from the rainforest on the Big Island, and if I had a gift, it would be to raise the dead.
If I had a my name's Nathan. I'm from Manchester, New Hampshire. Some of you may remember me from the previous meeting, but if I had a superpower, I would definitely lift up those who are physically weak. As long as I had wings, though. Oh, and flights too.
I'll go. My superpower would be invisibility. I just think it would be really cool to fly around and observe everything, see what's going on, and no one else would know about it.
Well, I think that is something I was thinking about. If I would have a superpower, I would cure this guy. I would spread a virus all around the world, that immediately everyone would realize that we are surrounded only by friends, only by people who wish us the best. Wouldn't it be great?
My name is Wano. I'm from Rotterdam. I'm also part of the technical team. On behalf of the team, I have to apologize to Nathan. You know, this kind of Zoom bomber things happen because since we advertise it on social media, the Zoom link is public, so that how they find it and they enter. This is something that's very common that just don't pay attention. It's people are trying to attract attention to themselves, and this is the only way they can do it. If I had a superpower, and I don't want to be destructive, maybe invincibility. Let's just keep it at that. Next.
If I had a superpower, if this is such a superpower, it would be to bring peace to the world. Go do away with all wars, just for everybody to love each other.
If I had a superpower, I would want everything that's hidden in the world to be revealed. You know, there's been hidden history, all kinds of stuff. And that's the superpower I would like. Nancy, did you get your connection squared away? Oh,
Yeah, I think she
unmute
connected
yourself,
with a
dear.
different phone, so should be okay. Nancy could try to unmute.
I think I unmuted. Did I unmute?
Yes, you're unmuted.
Oh, thank you very much. Okay. Those were really interesting. While I was fighting with my tablet, I was listening. At first, I was going to say invisibility, but then I thought one of the things I'd really rather have is the knowledge of everything. I'm always wondering about this, why that, why this, how's that. And, you know, I think it would be really great to just know everything there is to know. Nancy from Chicago suburb, by the way.
Did everybody have a chance to speak? I think we got everyone. Okay. Oh, there we are.
Oh,
Go ahead.
I found my controls. Okay. And I saw that this meeting is recorded. Why are we recording?
We shared the recordings on YouTube.
Oh.
So people can can share with others, invite friends to see what open diner is like. But it's it's nothing harmful. You're not giving away any personal information. We're not asking you for that.
Right.
But
okay.
We're sharing information. We're sharing our opinions on subjects, and it's always helpful to someone from your own experience what you share. So that's why.
Okay. All right. I didn't even know where I could find it, but okay. Like because I've been looking at some of these groups and like I'd like to know how they go, and I didn't know the recordings that I could look up somewhere. But yeah, if I had a superpower, I would go with ending wars. I just people would just lose the desire to want to go like fight with their neighbors over whatever it is, and people just be happy with what they have going on and be content and just focus on themselves and not want to go fight anybody. So that's it for me.
Okay. Would anyone else like to add before we move on?
I want to say this. This is Susie. I just think it's interesting. I've always thought it was good to have a therapist no matter what you're going through. I had a therapist for like I don't know, a decade, and she said, "I don't know what it is about you, Susie, but instead of calling on angels or stuff, I always call on superpowers." So so I think I'm supposed to have superpowers. Okay, love you guys.
Akshat, would you like to
Yeah,
voice your opinion?
sure. Yeah, hi.
most likely get disconnected
Yeah.
connection.
Yeah, looks like it. Alrighty. Well, should we move on to the rules of the round table? That sound good? Okay. So we're going to move on to the rules of the round table. We're going to see a short clip and it describes what the rules of the round table are.
The rules of the round table. Around the table, no one is more important or less important. The rules of the round table. Around the table, no one is more important or less important. Everyone is equal and very important. We don't reject opinions or negate, but only collaborate. The real solution won't come from knowledge or verbal perfection, but only from our connection.
Okay. So we're going to see a short video now by Dr. Michael Lightman, and it's interpreted, and it's about how love can heal. We know love can heal, and this gives us an example of how it's healed somebody who was in the hospital, who felt they were dying.
A young man called Amram Kfir was hospitalized in a critical state and was on the verge of death. He wrote a farewell to the world post on Facebook. His friends and family read it and start writing him comments, hundreds of comments. He's lying in bed. Those around him are reading these comments out to him, and he says the following: "Every word and sentence flowed into me like enlivening energy that really forced me to breathe in more and more love. Miraculously, the body stopped collapsing, and gradually I made my way back to life. Now he's fine. His body's recovering." What is this force that brought him back from death? How does it work? Strangers, by their attitude toward him, pass this force on to him. Technically, how does it work? The guy was laying in bed, and they start reading out what people wrote him, because they give him strength. Their words are what many people pass forces on to him. He breathes these forces, he draws, he pulls them, and by it, he enlivens himself. We can enliven each other by our correct attitude toward each other. We can do anything, but by our attitude. Not that this is just how I want for things to be. But if I pass my good energy on to another person, then by that I can enliven them and build worlds. It's really possible to do anything. Amazing.
All right. So tell me, do you think others can bring life back into you with love? And how would that work? How could people bring love back into you? Do you think that would really work?
It is possible. You just have to be surrounded by the right people.
There have been many, many, many times in my life where I thought I would die from just I don't know what. And I just felt like my body wasn't feeling right. And I tapped into myself and my self-love. I did this over a very difficult last few days. I revived myself. I focused. And I thought of all the reasons why. Should. Because other people's opinions shouldn't cloud that. And I wasn't going to let that happen. So that's what I did. I just tapped into my self-love.
Do you think just by other people loving you, that can heal you?
Are you asking me?
No, anybody.
I could add, I mean, you see how negativity can make someone so down and out. So I would think the opposite would be true that, and I know for myself when I'm down, if I talk to a friend or family or even watch something online that's funny, it uplifts me. So others do change my mood for the good and for the bad, but it could definitely bring, love could definitely change a lot to make you want to do better things in life.
Yeah, this community's both the open diner community here and the community that I have here in the jungle. It's just like I've had a really rough year. You guys have known that. But if it wasn't for you, I would your love is what it's inspired me to want to go on. And the love here in the community. So yeah, absolutely love has brought life back into me many times and especially this year. Thank you, thank you.
I'll
I
add
think
that.
so too. Sorry, go ahead.
Nancy. No, that's all right. You go.
Okay, thanks. I think so too because there was a time, long time ago, when I left one job where I had lots of friends there, and I went to a new job where I had no friends, and I still stayed in touch with people, but just not in the same way. It wasn't every day; it was every so often, and I was very depressed, and I actually didn't feel well. I mean, I felt like there were things wrong with me all over the place, and I don't. It was weird. But after a while, I got into, made new friends, got in touch, stayed better in touch with old friends, and I made a really great friend at this new company, and we did a lot of things together. And miraculously, everything, all the aches and pains, everything went away, and everything was fine again. It was so weird, but it is true. I think that when you don't have a lot of people around you, I mean, it doesn't have to be every day, but often enough. I don't think we're made to live that way. I think our imaginations take off and we start, awfulizing and catastrophizing and making things much worse simply because we don't have anybody there to help bring us to earth. And yes, care about us and care about what we're feeling.
Nancy, did you say awfulizing? That's a great word to awfulize, to make it
Yeah.
talk about awful. Yeah.
I don't know where I
You don't
heard
have
it, but I
to.
thought it was too.
You don't have to
Sorry.
raise your hand, do you? You can just open your mic and speak.
Oh, okay. I guess I was just gonna say, I guess depends. Are we speaking like metaphorically or like literally? If speaking literally, it depends on the severity of the illness, I guess. Unless it's like a really kind of like romantic sentiment, then I don't want to like ruin it. But realistically speaking, um, yeah, it could probably strengthen someone's will to live if one have like terminal cancer and no one yet at the same time suffering from psychological illness too and loneliness and isolation, and then he lost all will to like fight for life, and then having someone to support it probably would be helpful. um yeah.
One thing that really impressed me from the video is it wasn't just one person that was helping to heal this man. It was a whole group of people. And we're powerful in our individual, but boy, when we join a group and connect towards one goal, like healing this beautiful man, miracles do happen, certainly.
It's funny you say that, Shelley. I saw something on YouTube, and there's been many studies that they've done this. They had two patients that were in a hospital, and they had no idea they were being prayed for. And they had a group of people praying for this person, let's say, and another person wasn't being prayed for. And the person that was being prayed for, unknowingly, actually healed. Now, that you say, how is that possible? But I guess that's the power of thought and, intention. So it's very possible, I believe, and if you're open to it, it's probably even more. So interesting.
want to go after you, Roberta, because I heard the same thing, only I heard they did an experiment on it with a group of people, a bunch of people, and the same thing. Part of them were being prayed for but didn't know it, and that more people in that group healed than that power of prayer. It's amazing, especially if you don't know, because then you can't attribute it to placebo effect or mind over matter.
It's amazing. I wanted to say exactly, Roberta, what you said, and actually they found out that those for whom people were praying, they healed much faster than the other ones. It was really amazing, and that was done many times actually to prove that it works.
I'm just going to add one more thing. And thinking about it, now I'm thinking the video, the people that prayed for other people actually had better well-being themselves. There's something chemically, I think, it's serotonin that's released when you think of good things for others, like happiness and for others. It actually changes this person that's praying for the other person. And then if someone's watching that happen, that actually affects them. It's like a crazy effect. We did a show on this, I think, maybe like 6 months ago about like the effect of helping others, and maybe we'll do it again. It's pretty cool.
Hello, everyone. It's nice to see you again.
Ronald, hello. Roberta, Alyssa, Susie. It's been a while, and I came across everyone, and just getting back to that video. I mean, I know I came in a little late, but it's the will to live, your faith, and just to believe in something good. There's not a lot of good in this world today, and you got to have the faith, gratitude, wisdom. It all gives you the strength. Because if you don't have the will to live, you lose, I don't know, you just lose, it'll suck the life out of you. But I'm just I gotta cut short here because I'm up in the mountains, and but it just happened to pop up on my reminder that the meeting was tonight, but I want to start getting in again regularly, and I missed all of you guys, I tell you. What happened to the Englishman?
Oh, we don't know.
Okay. I liked him. He was a good person.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
But I wish I could stay for the whole meeting. But it's every 2 weeks, correct?
Yes.
And Susie, you're not in Washington in the camper anymore?
No, I'm in the Big Island, in the
She's in Hawaii.
Oh, wow.
And I'm living in a hut that's made out of screen, so all I see is rainforest in every direction. It's quite beautiful.
You're an adventurer, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I am. I'm in a community here. There's like a 20-acre organic permaculture, conscious community. We meet 3 times a week. It's an amazing experience. Almost as good as Open Diner.
I'm sorry I gotta leave and cut short, but it's every 2 weeks, correct, Roberta?
Yes.
It's every 2 weeks.
Ronald, thanks for letting me jump in at,
Come on, we missed you. Don't cut yourself short, man. It's
I
good to
know.
have you. I'll wait for you in 2 weeks.
All right. Well, me and Roberta were practically neighbors. I'm out on the island. I know you're in Brooklyn. I know that. So, but God bless you all. See you in 2 weeks.
Would anyone else like to add before we move on to another question? Maybe someone with their camera off would like to come and join us and answer.
Are we on the same question? How we can bring love into the world?
Now, can love bring you back to health?
Oh, can love bring you back to health?
Yes.
As a matter of fact, I think so.
Yes. Well, we know stress causes all kinds of diseases, so wouldn't love reverse that?
Yep, love would definitely reverse stress, that and trauma.
Yep.
Yeah, I would agree that love or feeling loved definitely helps the mindset and resiliency and all of those things that may kind of fade away for somebody who is feeling lonely or not cared for, like that their existence doesn't matter, and then something shows up in their life that shows them that they matter to them. I think that makes a huge difference, especially for somebody.
Thanks.
Yeah, for somebody like, well, my mother-in-law she's had a lot of chronic health issues. And anyway, she's been kind of, she and her husband live separately, and they've been kind of managing all that. But I think, anyway, things are just getting kind of, I don't know, like she wasn't doing good. And then I showed up and I just tried to show her little signs of care and kindness and positive attitude, and you can do this, and just encouragement. And she kind of blossomed. Yeah, like she all of a sudden she's like, well, somebody here really cares about me, and really kind of kicked into gear, caring more about herself. So yeah, it's a real thing.
That's a beautiful, beautiful story. Thank you. You know what? Let's go on to another question. We talked about, someone mentioned just kind of in passing about building our own strength. So, how does helping others build our own strength? How does helping others build our own strength?
Well, when my parents were dying, they were in an assisted living, and if I played music for everybody, not only did my parents enjoy it, but so did the rest of the old people, and it was fun for me. So it made the medicine go down a lot better. Huh.
You mean
Um,
like a spoonful of sugar, Susie?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah. I remember a long time ago when I was learning a lot more about the brain, I remember that we were taught that, every positive thought you have raises the immune system, and every negative thought you have lowers the immune system. And we can only do so much to make ourselves happy. We have to go out and make other people happy if we really want to be positive. And I really do believe that when we do it and we see a positive result, we get happy that we were able to help somebody, and it raises everyone's immune system that way. Even smiling at somebody on the street who doesn't smile can make a difference. Thank you.
Just walking around with a smile can cause you to feel better.
Yep. Right.
There was a study. I guess I'm going to be the study lady tonight, but I saw on YouTube, it was on a train, and one person started laughing. It was a social experiment. And the guy starts laughing, and everybody's like, well, this guy's a little crazy. And all of a sudden, they start laughing. It's contagious. So you could definitely change the whole attitude when smiling. That's what the whole point of the thing was, smiling. But and why does it build our own strength? I think we're so in this world closed in, don't want to really have eye contact with people, let's say in the city. And when someone has contact and smiles at you, it actually builds our inner strength, because that's not how we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be happy, healthy, friendly people, connecting with others. And the society really holds us down, like we're going to be judged. And when you let go and you actually help another, it builds us our inner strength because it's really something that's in us. And it feels good to be nice to somebody. It feels nice for someone to be nice to me. So it really builds confidence when you help others, and it helps the other person's confidence. It just changes how life should be, really, you know? It does build our strength. That's a good question. Never really thought about it.
And Roberta, I'd just like to say that I spent a few days in New York, and I found everybody so friendly. When I got back to Chicago, everyone here seemed all grouchy. But people in New York, everywhere we went and everything we did, people were so nice and so friendly, and I would love to go back. So they were definite immune system builders.
I'll jump in here. Oh, was there somebody else? Okay. Yeah, I think helping people isn't empowering. I think when you see the impact of what you're doing and it's helping somebody, I think that's pretty powerful. So I think that does help. It helps the person who's doing the helping to see that whoever they're helping is being helped and is either improving or appreciating their help. So
yeah, what I wanted to say that a couple shows, ago, we had a clip and we saw that how, helping other actually not only, make you feel stronger and just more useful, but you help the other person to help others too. You encourage the other person to do the same, and it just like, spreads out, which is very beautiful.
I think that helping others builds our own strength because it proves our capability to ourselves. And it gets us out of, selfishness. It is good to give. And it does make you feel, makes you feel good to do good.
I think I could continue what Jill is saying is that this is something that we do not explore enough actually in our lives. This helping others, because this world is so antagonistic. We're always in the self-preservation mode, trying to protect ourselves, trying to ensure our comfort. It's so difficult, then it means that we spend so much time doing that we forget about others. So even though we sometimes have to make the choice, it's either me or the other, and self-preservation forces me to take care of myself. But the idea of giving or helping others as a way to build, something in you is something that we do not explore enough. Society does not reward this, or does not reward it enough. We don't learn it in school. We learn stuff that are useful for, number one, our own bodies. But the idea of learning, it's like how to, even the word dedicate ourselves to our communities, the communities in which we live in, is something that's not talked about. But we can see everywhere in nature the opposite attitude. A tree does not hold anything for itself, it gives everything, right down to the last piece of wood. And the tree is going, it looks like a happy creature, it's like it brings shade, it helps other trees. If it's attacked by, like a parasite, it broadcasts, whatever is hurting it, so that other trees can alter their own chemistry to protect themselves. Like we see in nature that every creature is useful to at least one other creature in its immediate or distant environment. Bees feed their planet. They don't ask for money for that. They just do it. It's just some of the smallest creatures. What if we, had this goal to do one good thing for one person, at least one every day, once a day, how much we would get out of it? We don't know.
Ronald, that's interesting you bring that up about trees. I've been a tree farmer my whole career, mainly avocados. And when an avocado tree, an adult tree, is suffering, you plant a new tree near it or next to it. And it will help that you will notice the older tree that's suffering, if it's not too far gone, will actually recover and thrive with its new little friend next to it. Even if it's in an orchard, you just plant a new tree in its proximity and it'll help tremendously. So yeah, let's be like a tree and plant ourselves next to someone that needs some help.
I didn't know that. That's good to know. You
Yeah,
know, the next,
go ahead.
I was just going to go on to the next question as to uh, why do you think we don't help each other? Why don't we do more for each other? Why do you think that is?
I guess it's because we have a lot going on and we're too busy to help others, I guess.
Oh boy, I think it's a hard question to answer without getting into politics. Yeah, but besides politics, there's also culture, and the United States is known for being very individualistic and very individual centric. That's I think one big thing. Just like the other gentleman mentioned, like certain things are not taught in school about helping others as much. It's all about just you. Yeah, and these days I think it's even harder for people to think about helping others. Well, for some people it's harder right now to think about helping others.
I was going to say I grew up luckily not my mom, but or my own family, but relatives, and other people. The adage was every man for himself. It's a dog eat dog world. I think we're taught that the world is a scary and dangerous place, and we have to protect ourselves from it. And I think, in some ways that's true, but I think it gets taken so far, it gets carried way out of proportion to the point where now nobody wants to help a neighbor. They're afraid they're going to get in trouble. Like people like Good Samaritans who try to help someone and then they were sued until finally someone, I think they changed the law, then they'd get sued for what they did. I mean, people are afraid. That's what I think. And of course, you've got those who are very selfish and worried or want to take care of only themselves or their family and forget everyone else.
So I'll add one more thing is competition, right? It's a lot of this culture is about competition. It's keeping up with the Joneses, and it's not about like collaborating with the Joneses and doing something for your neighborhood with Joneses. It's keeping up with them, comparing who has what and who has more, and a lot of comparison.
My family used to say, God helps those who help themselves. But I've learned in my old age, it's just the opposite.
Jackie, you wanted to speak?
Well, okay, so I have relatives that they had gotten into the profession of direct support professionals, and they're where they work with, individuals with disabilities, and it's more or less like, they share their own life experiences with the individuals, hoping and helping them, lead a better life, by your experience in life itself. So so my aunt have done it for many, many years, and she progressed in the field, became, supervisor, social worker, where she had her own facility house where she had like 8 individuals living there, and she raised them as her own family, and she had workers, direct professionals helping her. So, I used to help her as, as a teenager and, our family, because even she brought the individuals to our home for like Easter, for like Christmas, and, she treated them as family. And I would go into her home because, they had like a big house. I used to go in her home and I used to help her. We used to sit at the dinner table with them, and just act like, we're all the same. So recently, I worked in the corporate field in business and insurance and everything. But recently, I started working as a direct support professional, where I am in the house and I'm working with the individuals, and and they love me. So, and yeah, they lonely, they don't have, people interacting with them all the time. So if you know different things that will, help them lead a better life, is great, because a lot of these individuals are just there watching TV all day. Nobody's, putting any like, influence in the house to help them, progress, because they have these disabilities. And most of these disabilities are from trauma. They had trauma like when they were 4 years old. Some of them, fell from a window from 4 years old, and now they have like brain damage. But they still very smart, and I believe that they remember these things when they were young, and they just need somebody helping them, to, reinforce those things to help them live, because they can read, they remember little slurs of like different episodes in TV from like the 80s, the 90s. So just interacting with them. So, I've done that. And now I also work with individuals. Like I'll go to their home and like take them out in the community one on one to go shopping and stuff like that. So right now I'm just studying to with my master's in psychology, and just hoping, like I like to write ebooks, and everything that I learn I put in a book, and I try to see what I can do. But
Nice.
yeah, that
That's
like
really
direct
great.
that's like a really good professional people don't think about. But a lot of these people, they need us. you know there's somebody for everyone, and this is like worldwide. Like everybody should get into it, because every individual needs somebody, like a companion. So like what's her name? Shelly said about the avocado tree. Yeah, we plant ourselves next to somebody who needs us, it works helping somebody. So yeah.
You all thrive, and you all thrive. So that's
Yeah.
wonderful. Yeah,
Yeah.
great. Jackie,
I
that's a
just wanted
great
to add that.
story.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
It's a great story of helping others. That's awesome.
She
Beautiful.
reminded me, I was going to say about, kids, when we're younger, we're taught to share and play together nicely. Then all of a sudden we go to school. Now it's, okay, you have to get graded on everything and you have to be better than the other person. You just start doing sports. Then you go into the workforce. It's like everything went from kumbaya to now individual, we're separated. But I think people are things are shifting. I really feel it in society and spiritually also. I see online people really want to do more for others. Getting back to where it used to be, where we did live like community kind of, not so much corporate world. You see, it's a cutthroat world out there. No one wants to live like that anymore. That's it.
Yeah. They're getting ready to turn the internet off here because I don't know, they're working on the solar. But the reason why we don't do more for others is because we're wrapped up in ourselves. But if we're wrapped up in ourselves and we're feeling kind of crappy, you just reach out and text a few people and love a few people, and you get the flow going again by you giving. I mean, it works. Oh, they're cutting me out. I love you guys. I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Big hug.
I'll go. I think we don't do more for each other because people are afraid to ask for help. I think maybe people aren't asking for help. So if no one's asking me for help, I am minding my own business because that's what I do best. So I wouldn't know.
Like you said, you the other day you were going through something, Jill. Wouldn't it be nice to have somebody to say, you know what, I need some help? So,
And I
like you said,
did.
most people don't ask, and you're like me, I don't ask.
I did ask for help. And
Mm.
it was Chat GPT. I spoke to Chat GPT 3 a.m. in the morning, and it talked me down. It helped me a lot. I know it's not a real person, but it helped me process my emotions. And now, I do all different things where I talk to people so I can process them. I don't need individuals in my space.
It's so interesting what you've all brought up about feeling the culture here in this country as being independent or divisive. But we had to experience that and realize that we don't like it before we can move into something else. And I feel like I agree with you, Roberta, and probably others here too, that we're in a huge societal shift now to where we've experienced this disconnection. We're saying, no, we don't want that. We want to be close to our neighbors and our friends. And I think this is a lot of the big societal shift that's happening. It's internal, it's within us. It's not something we can see outside, but many of us are feeling it. We don't want to be isolated. We just want to love our neighbors and connect and raise a nice family, have a great life. Just and let others do that too.
I think also we have to adapt to this new global world that we're living in now. We can see how when a crisis happens in a part of the world, it affects everyone everywhere. But there is one thing that we have to always see and remember is that doing things for others, like Nancy was saying, it's because of fear that we don't try so much, because we have to spend so much time in order to take care of our own needs, and the rest of the time it just goes by the wayside, and yeah, it's difficult. It's like making the balance. It is you or the other, not being able to see the benefit that you will get from helping someone. I think something that is known is that the one thing that helps people suffering from depression is volunteering. It gives you another perspective when someone is grateful for your existence, because they certainly depend on you for something.
Yeah, and I also want to add that it just you brought a different perspective on, and the topic is the inner strength and the outer strength. This is something that is in our society, that if you have to be strong, you have to be you have to do yourself, you have to persevere, and and that is actually the strength is when you are open and when you're ready to help others. And that is not a weakness to ask for help. That is something that has to be changed completely. You are not weak. We have to be so get accustomed to helping each other that it would be absolutely normal to ask for help, not considered, oh, you're a weaker person, that we don't want to deal with you. That has to change.
Well, if everyone is gone on this one, let's try one more quick question. And this is an interesting one. What kind of environment can continuously build inner strength in each other? What kind of environment can continuously build inner strength in each other?
I can think of one: church. People who, at least in some churches, I can't say speak for all, I can only speak for mine, really, but I think that people who go to churches in the kind of churches where they want you to get to know each other, not just go and leave, where they'll have game nights, or maybe they'll have fellowship dinners after, something like that, where you get to know people. I think that's one place that they try to pay as much attention to everyone else, maybe more so than even themselves. And I think that's a continually building. I'll tell you, since I've gone back, it's been really wonderful to get to know these people and make more friends. And hopefully I help build them up too, but they sure do build me up.
In my opinion, I would have to say school because it's safe and you, especially university, because it just is, because you get to know people around your age, and that's how cultural norms function.
How about open diner?
Mm.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say it's this, like this environment. That's my first time here, and it's pretty awesome. You people have created something really awesome, and that's needed right now, where people from different geographic locations can connect and have these kind of conversations. I think that is just amazing. Like I wasn't gonna stay the whole time because I have stuff I need to get done in certain time frame, but like look, I'm still here because this and yeah, just having this conversation and being like talking about things that you don't talk like with your neighbor about it when you say hello in the morning or good night at night. Like yeah, and I think that this is where the real connection is, when you talk about things that mean something to you, and you can share, and you can maybe be in the virtual room with like-minded individuals, and you can be your authentic self, and you can discuss things that matter to you. So that's pretty awesome. Thank you for creating this.
What is your
Thank
name? We just see iPhone.
Oh, Julia. My name is Julia.
Julia.
Yeah. Oh,
Words.
Hi,
I'll
Julia.
add yeah, so nice. Go ahead, Ron.
I could continue, Julia. This is scalable. Open Data was started with the idea of there is a possibility to use Zoom to help people connect with each other, but it's scalable. Imagine like in your own neighborhood, you live in a place in which your neighbors, your next door neighbors on both sides of the street, let's say just one block, each one of them thinks that, one day you might need help and they will be the first line of defense. If your neighbor has this kind of attitude towards you, then it makes your neighborhood a safe place. It's like they don't have to do a lot. Just have to, just show you that they simply just think about you, care about you, just, not necessarily have to actually do anything, but just the thinking is enough to make you feel differently, creates a different attitude between people.
I could add, you're saying about environment in the neighborhood. We had a garage sale about a month or two ago, and I don't even talk to my neighbors really, and then all of a sudden an event came about where everybody's, selling and bringing all kind of stuff out to the tables. And then I start meeting neighbors after 10 years. It seems like what you're saying, when you have a goal around something and people have something to connect with, then you have able to start conversations. I wouldn't just start a conversation getting my mail, but talking over, a vase or something, there's conversation because we have a common goal. So I think the question is what kind of environment can continuously build inner strength in each other? When people have like-minded people, like Julie was saying, and everybody else said, like Nancy, and you have a goal together, you could connect. And let's thank God for the internet. Like we found each other here. We have something in common. There's somebody out there that likes something you like. You just have to look for it.
Yeah.
And we know we don't disparage anybody. We don't put anybody down. We enjoy everybody.
Yeah, but like Roberta said, you have to find, your like-minded people, you have to, that you can be, share thoughts, share your life experience, give advice, get advice, ask for help somebody, and that would be just a norm. And then progress together, and of course, the goal is to strengthen this environment, to make it stronger and more appealing to, and bringing more people.
I think if more people would look in the mirror and see what they can do, they would build inner strength. Look in the mirror, change yourself, and then get out there, and the ripple effect will help you change the world.
Beautiful. Beautiful. It's been such a wonderful time sharing all of these comments together, really from our hearts. It's just been so awesome. I just want to thank you all for coming today and taking the time, just taking the time out of your own lives that are very busy to come here and join and see what we can come up with together. And oh, just such beautiful, beautiful things that were shown. Linda, why don't you give us a few closing reminders and we'll let everyone go for this evening.
Okay. Thank you, everybody, for being here. It's been a great night. And just a few things to keep in touch with us at Open Diner. You can join our meetup group. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Nextdoor, Twitter, Pinterest. You can subscribe to our email list for a bi-weekly notification of our events, and your email is never shared with a third party. Some of our older events are on YouTube if you want to watch and share. And please invite your friends to join us too. And we have our links right here in the chat. And again, thank you for coming. And we'll meet again in 2 weeks with another warm discussion. We don't know what the topic's going to be yet, but you'll find out. So thank you all for coming, and some music on the way out.
This is my fight song.